Welcome to Kaminacation, a self-love space. Before I tell you what the question is, I need you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Kaminacation. Like this video. Follow me on Instagram and SoundCloud because I also post my videos as podcasts. So if you're more of a listener than a watcher, go check me out on SoundCloud. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I sent you guys out. I posted a message on my Instagram asking people to submit requests for what they wanted to talk about on the next episode of Dear Kamina. And you guys sent me so many requests. So I wanted to kind of like bundle some of them up because a lot of them are interrelated. So I'm going to give you the question that we're going to be discussing, and then I'll tell you exactly what we're talking about. Let's get to it. The question that we'll be discussing today is, how do I remain self-disciplined and continue pursuing my passions without giving up? Great question, great topic. In response to this question, I'm going to be talking about moving on and letting go of old narratives and old stories. I'm going to be talking about setting boundaries with toxic people or negative people. And I'm going to be talking about family relationships. So let's just start right off talking about self-discipline, talking about the importance of self-discipline. If you have to even ask that question, I don't know. I'm not going to judge you, but I'm just saying, like, self-discipline is extremely important. It's not only a way to strengthen your mind, but it's a way to increase your autonomy. It's a way to increase you feeling in control of yourself and of your life. When you practice self-discipline, you establish control over what happens within you rather than focus on trying to control things outside of you. I feel like when I practice self-discipline, I am the only person that I can hold accountable for not reaching the goals that I set for myself. It's only me. You are your own boss. You are in charge of bringing your passion and your dreams to fruition more than anybody else is. So you have to create your own deadlines. Schedule your own days to do things. Okay? Give yourself incentives. That is all a part of self-discipline. You know, you might dedicate Tuesday to, this is the day that I'm going to sit down, I'm going to work on my budget plan. And then next Tuesday, I'm going to work on how do I plan to market my brand. And then the next Tuesday, I'm going to work on doing some research into my field of where I'm trying to work. So that's just once a week. Then eventually you can be able to schedule yourself times to do things, and you can build up to spending more time on you and spending more time on your passions. So if you go from saying, okay, one day a week, I'm going to do one thing, then you change that to, okay, 1 hour a day, I'm going to dedicate to doing this thing. If that makes sense. You have to start small. When you start too big and you try to bite off more than you can chew, you're going to quickly probably end up giving up. That's what's going to lead you to give up. If you're trying to do too much too fast, you have to get your own body acclimated to being your own boss, following your own plans and following your own schedule. You have to get acclimated to holding yourself accountable for bringing your dream to life. You got to get comfortable with it. So don't jump in and do too much too fast and then burn yourself out. I think that you establishing your own self-discipline routine makes it a lot harder to give up. Because now you done put all this time and work and effort into doing this thing. And it's like, no, I did all this work. I'm not letting go of my passion now. Now that I done sat down for 2 hours and wrote this whole marketing plan, I'm going to use this marketing plan. I sat down and came up with this whole budget. I'm going to go buy the things that I need that I said I would go buy, because time and energy equals value. So the more time and energy that you put into bringing your goals or bringing your dreams to fruition, the more valuable they become to you, because now you've spent time and energy on them. Okay, that's really important. But if you start small and then build from there, you're going to see an extreme change in your behaviors and your habits over the course of like a month. if each week you're trying harder and harder to hold yourself accountable for bringing your own goals to fruition. Okay? Although we all, can find ways to discipline ourselves and hold ourselves accountable, there are still going to be external forces that may make you want to give up. I have to be honest here and say, like, I'm not going to lie and make it like, oh, once you do this, you'll be great, you'll be fine. No, there are still going to be things outside of you that's trying to stop you from growing and progressing. I have like 5 things that could interfere with you pursuing your passion. The first thing is holding on to old versions of yourself. I've been listening to this podcast. It's called A New Earth. I would highly recommend it to anybody that's trying to pursue passions, who's trying to develop into a new version of yourself. Go listen to A New Earth. It's with Eckhart Tolle and Oprah, my girl, my role model, my inspiration. I love Oprah. But anyway, go listen to that. And in this podcast, they talk a lot about old versions of ourselves and different ways that we find to not live in the current moment and live in the right now. And one of those things that we do that is by attaching ourselves to old stories that we have created either for ourselves or others have created for us. And then that later turns into negative self-talk. So this is something that is like extremely detrimental for following through with something. If the moment that you make a mistake, or I don't even call them mistakes, but the moment that you feel that you did something wrong, quote unquote, you fall back into old perceptions. You fall back into thinking about that person who told you you were worthless, or that person who called you lazy, or you calling yourself lazy, or a time in your life where maybe you were depressed and didn't get a lot of things done. When you start falling back and attaching yourself to old memories and old versions of you that are no longer the truth, it's going to make you feel like you want to give up. First of all, you are not anything that someone else has told you you are. Because we are constantly destroying and rebuilding ourselves. So if somebody told you something a year ago, a week ago, or yesterday, if somebody told you something just yesterday about yourself, it may not be true today. Because learning about it and being aware of it could have already made you start changing and doing something different. So let's not hold on to old attachments to our old self. Okay? That's going to interfere with you pursuing your passion. And it may even be people that you maybe once upon a time trusted their opinion or trusted their value in your life, and they told you certain things that they felt about you. And that plants a seed inside of you. But that seed is only based on their perception of you. And everybody that you meet in your life is going to have a perception of you based on their individual experience of you. Does that mean that that's who you are in whole, in complete? No. It means that this is the perception that this one person has of you because of one thing or one experience that you had with them. You do not need to keep holding on to it forever. And every time you do something that reminds you of that thing, you spiral back to that place. You need to recognize a thought for what it is, a thought. And then let it go. Let the past be the past and stop carrying around other people's thoughts and opinions of you. You walking around getting weighed down by 20 different people's perception of you. And what gets lost in all that is your perception of yourself right now. The perception that you have of yourself right now needs to be what takes priority. Not how you felt about yourself yesterday or a week ago. If today, right now, you're feeling inspired. If today, right now, you are feeling inspired and motivated and ambitious and hardworking, that is who you are right now. Hold on to that. In any moment that you feel yourself tracing back to those past versions of yourself, be aware of it, acknowledge it, and then deny it. Let it go. So that's the first thing. holding on to old versions of yourself. The second thing is letting other people's vision of your life control how you live it. I need to say that again, just in case it's not clear. The second thing that interferes with you pursuing your passions is letting other people's vision for your life control how you live your life. Their vision of you is not always in your best interest. Actually, more often than not, their vision for you is something that will serve their own means. I mean, not serve their own means. It's something that will fulfill their own needs. That's how a lot of people see you. People see you as a way to fulfill their needs. Are they wrong for that? That ain't for me to say. But it's the truth. That's how people see you. So if somebody sees you as a way to fulfill their needs, they may not support you pursuing your passion, because in their imagination or in their mind, they think this is going to interfere with my needs. Her pursuing her dreams and her passions are going to interfere with me getting what I need from her. So I do not support her bettering herself. Because and people may not do this intentionally. A lot of things people do not do intentionally. It just happens. It's their instinct. It's their survival instinct. Every choice that you make is inevitably going to cause a domino effect. Every decision you make will affect other people's lives. If you make a choice to better yourself and pursue your goals and your passions, all the people who were benefiting from you staying right where you are, they're not going to like it. And they're going to do everything in their power to make you believe that there is something wrong with what you are doing or how you are doing it. Because they want you to stay just how you are. Because it scares people. It scares people to think that you may not always be who you are right now for them. That's a scary thought, and they're going to do everything in their power to keep the current story and the current perception that you have of yourself and the current perception that they have of you alive. I hope that makes sense to everybody. And it's up to you to decide if you want to let them keep their vision for you alive or if you want to let it die. I suggest you let it die. Because you cannot be living your life in somebody else's vision. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. And that's from experience. You're going to be miserable. So make sure that you're not letting anybody around you tell you what's best for you. Because nobody knows what's best for anybody. All we know is what makes us feel good. All we know is what makes us happy in the moment. We may not have the exact pinpointed, this is going to make me happy, this is going to make me happy. No, but in the moment, we can feel when we're doing something, we can feel that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This feels right. So do things that feel right and forget the people who are telling you that it's not right. Because it's for you, it's not for them. They're going to want you to do things that's for them. You don't need to, you don't have to. The next reason, I think, the next thing that interferes with us pursuing our passions is that we fear hurting others with our own ambition. It sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy when I say it, but I really want you to think about things that you have done that have stopped you from walking down your path, and think about where it came from. I want you to think about, is it one of the other two reasons that I gave? Or is it this one that I'm talking about right now? Fearing hurting other people by you being ambitious. For example, your fear that, okay, if I really go hard with this thing and I become madly successful and I end up traveling the world, how will that hurt my family? How will that hurt my partner? Me traveling and doing what makes me happy. That ain't your concern. It's not your concern. Obviously don't destroy other people just in the interest of your own transcendence or in the interest of your own self-growth, quote unquote. Don't destroy people, but do not allow other people to use your own personal choices as like an attack on them. Because people will do that. People will make you feel like your choice to better yourself or your choice to live in your purpose is somehow an attack on them. That's not your job to figure out. That's not your job to make them feel better. It's their job to figure out, why do I feel attacked by this person bettering themselves? That's on them, not on you. Overall, helping yourself will help the people around you. That's the mindset you have to be in. You cannot be stuck in a mindset that you pursuing your dreams or even achieving them, oh my goodness, you achieving them is going to hurt people. At the end of the day, you helping yourself will always help other people, because you don't really know who needs you, like really needs you, not for their own selfish benefit, but who really need to hear your message or hear your story or receive whatever talent that you are offering the world. There are people who need it. These people may not even know that they need it, but they need it, and you need to go do that. You need to go walk in your purpose, rather than only making choices to serve the people who are right there in your direct and immediate circumference. Like, it's okay to help people. It's okay. Of course it's okay to help people. But remember that you need to help yourself first. Okay? The final thing that I think interferes with people pursuing their passions is prioritizing other people's opinions, especially your family, your friends. And this kind of goes into like the fear of hurting other people. Oh wait, this is not the fifth one. This is the fourth one. Sorry. But yeah, prioritizing other people's opinions. First of all, other people's opinions of you do not determine your worth. An opinion is just an opinion. Everybody has one. Everybody has one based on their own experiences, their own environment, their own upbringing, their own biases and prejudices. Everyone will have an opinion based on so many factors. There's no way for you to take into account all these different factors if you're accepting other people's opinions as your reality. They don't know your worth, you do. Period. They don't know your worth, you do. So you should be prioritizing your opinion. Obviously, you need to take people's advice and take feedback. I should say not even feedback. What's it called? Constructive criticism. Yes, but do not ever prioritize somebody else's opinion over your own. I would say never, because you have to receive messages without internalizing them. You have to receive messages without internalizing them. This means that you take what you need and you let go of the rest. I have had family members tell me that I am immature, irresponsible, selfish. What else? Spoiled, ungrateful. And there was a time that those things really hurt me. And those things really made me look at myself and think that they were true. And it's not until recently that I realized that I need to take the message and receive the message, but not internalize it. It goes back into holding on to past versions of yourself. Maybe there was a time in my life where those opinions could have been validated based on my experiences with another person, right? Because that's all they are. One person might be like, what? Kamina is the most gracious person I've ever met. And somebody else would be like, no, that girl is ungrateful, because of their own experience and their own perception of me. I had to learn that I can take the message and think, okay, if I am ungrateful, quote, quote, right? If I am ungrateful, I need to find ways to be more grateful. And it doesn't mean that I need to prove to that person that I am grateful. No, it means that I need to just learn how to be that thing, be more of it for my own betterment. Not for like living up to somebody else's expectations. Not for that purpose. No, for the purpose of me growing and being better. I take the message, keep what I need to grow and be better, and let go of the rest. I let go of all the negativity that was attached to the message. You can receive what people have to say to you. You can receive people's opinions. You do not have to receive their negativity. You don't. That is a choice. And if you decide to receive the negativity that comes with the feedback, that comes with the opinions, that will start making you feel less and less motivated to continue on your path. You got to let it go. People are going to tell you what you should be focused on. Oh, you should be paying XYZ bill. Oh, you should be going back to school for your degree. You should be trying to find a man. You should be trying to find a husband. People will always tell you what you should be focused on. And of course, you should be responsible and be taking care of what you need to take care of to live a life of longevity, but at the same time, know that certain things can wait. People will try to rush you. Certain things can wait. Do not let people rush you to do things that is not your time to do. Some things in life can wait and others cannot. Your dreams and your goals and all that stuff, they can't wait. They can't wait. And if you're in a circumstance right now where you can't immediately begin pursuing them, like I said earlier, find small ways to do it. Find small ways to begin your self-discipline that's going to lead you onto that path. Even if you don't, my friend Surya said this to me, even if you don't feel like you're on your path, even if you don't feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to do to be on that path, you're on it. You're already on it. You may not know yet. You may not realize it yet. You may not be doing it consciously, but everything that you are doing and everything that's happening around you and to you is to guide you down that path. Use it. Use the pain. Use the suffering. Use the hurt feelings. Use it to receive your message and let go of all the other negativity that came with it. Learn the lesson and let it go. Stop making people think that, stop letting people make you think that your dreams can wait. No, they can't. No, they cannot. Start right now, today. And anything that you feel like right now is not the time for it, then it's not the time for it. And it's okay. It's okay. If you are secure in your decision, nobody can make you think differently. So be secure in your decisions, okay? When you walk in your purpose, all things will fall into place. All things fall into place. And all things that seek to interfere with you finding your truth, those things will be removed from your path if you believe they will. If you believe that everybody is out to get you, and you believe that you are surrounded and infested with negativity, and you believe that you don't have time to invest in your own dreams and your own goals, if you believe those things, that is what's going to be true. If you believe that I am walking in my purpose, I am doing something for me and for the betterment of man or humankind, I should say, and all things that seek to stop me will be removed from my path, that will be your truth. Your perception is your truth. It's really that simple. The final thing that overall I think is encompassed in everything else that I said, but I needed it to be its own message on its own. The final thing that interferes with you pursuing your passions is fear. Oh, baby, it's fear. Fear will leave you may be fearing a loss of identity. You may fear losing who you once were. You may fear losing money. You may fear losing friends, family, lovers. Fear of losing those things, you may stop seeking new opportunities. We fear missed chances, meaning we fear that either we've already missed our chance or we fear that we will miss it. We fear that we have already missed our opportunity, so why try? You think, I missed my window. I missed my chance. No, you haven't. That's you saying that. That's your old self thinking that way. Create a new self. It's time to start forming new thoughts and new ideas. And that means forming the idea of abundance. That opportunities will continue to find you as long as you are open to receiving them. Do not fear that you have missed your chance, you missed your wave, you missed your opportunity. You haven't. So let go of that fear. The opportunity comes when you're ready for it. The opportunity comes when you create one. So you can never miss an opportunity that is going to be of your own creation. You can't miss it. People fear taking risk. Taking risks leads to not only lessons for you to learn about your path, but it also leads you to a sense of freedom in knowing that I could make a mistake, a quote unquote, I don't like calling them mistakes because everything is going to happen for you to learn something else, but realize that I can take a risk and do something and it may not work the way I thought it would. That don't mean that it shouldn't have happened. Take the risk. Stop fearing doing the wrong thing. Stop fearing making the wrong decision. Obviously, take this with a grain of salt. Of course, you're going to think about your decisions that you're making, and you're going to invest time into your decision making. But don't spend so much time thinking about the decision that you don't do anything. Don't spend so much time trying to figure out what you're risking that you get to the point that you don't do anything. You take zero action. That's not the good thing to do. Stop fearing doing the wrong thing because there's no such thing. You will always learn a lesson. You will always learn something new or find some new opportunity or find some new way of doing things through your mistakes. So just do it. Just do it. Stop thinking, oh, I should be here. I shouldn't be at this point in my life. I should be working here. I should be with this person. I shouldn't be with this person. Stop. Just do. Okay? Just do. Let it happen. I hope that those things helped answer your questions about how to be self-disciplined and how to pursue your goals without giving up. From here on, after you watch this video or listen to this podcast, these are the next steps I want you to take. Take negativity and transform it into positive energy. That means taking negativity from other people's opinions, taking negativity from life's obstacles, and turn it into positive energy. Turn it into a lesson, a message, a new thought, a new way of being, an action to take. Turn that negativity into something that will help you move toward your goals. One small change at a time can change your life in a month. One small change in how you behave in the world, how you perceive the world, how you interact with other people. Making small changes in those areas can completely change your life. Make the first small change starting today.